Okay. I love the trailer. Yeah, there's not a lot of information, but there's a few things that really get me excited. Now, this isn't going to be a very detailed breakdown or analysis, because other YouTubers are already going to be doing that better than I can, but I can offer my own thoughts and a unique perspective. Now, of all the things that excite me about this trailer, interestingly, Solus and the mural isn't really one of them. The thing that draws me to Dragon Age is not the big end of the world plots and events. Don't get me wrong, I still love that stuff, for the most part. But what really draws me to Dragon Age is the world building, the culture, the people that inhabit this complex world. And this Tevinter city hits the mark. Look at it! You got this gothic-inspired architecture, so hell yes. Then you got these lights that are presumably made by magic. I can't wait to see a Dragon Age culture that has such involved use of magic. Navarra is another big one I can't wait to see, but Tevinter, with this gothic architecture, huge and dense cities where magic is practiced in the streets constantly, oh boy. The way these lights are arranged, it honestly makes me think of, like, gothic cyberpunk, except magic instead of cyber. But oh my god, that is so cool! You got this floaty thing up here that I'm less excited about, in theory, but I'm sure they can pull it off. And they released a really short story a while ago, which talked about a casino. Hell yes, I am all in on fantasy casinos. I'm not even a big fan of real life casinos, but fantasy ones, especially ones with gothic architecture, oh, I am in. Now, I have less to say on the people we see. You got this horned person going through the woods, definitely looks like a female Canary, probably a companion. Then this shot is probably the same person. They have a bow that looks magical, and I like that. Although it is an archer that's not Scout Harding, and that makes me sad. We need Scout Harding as a romance option in this game. BioWare, you don't understand. This is mandatory. So I don't want to speculate too much on who the characters may be. You got this person with a knife. You got this guy sipping a drink on the rooftop. This looks really cool. This is the kind of thing I would do. Also, there's this Disney-looking castle in the background, which I think is funny. Then you got this hooded person with a knife, and it's a hooded person with a knife. There's a person that spots them and runs away, so that's interesting. Feels a little weird if we're supposed to like this guy who throws a knife at someone running away from them. I mean, we don't know which of them is supposed to be the bad guy in this situation. And maybe they're aiming for the leg or something. Now, another thing I'm really excited for is this.
It's time for a new hero. No magic hand, no ancient prophecy. The kind of person they'll never see coming. This is your story.
The kind of person they'll never see coming. This is your story. See, a problem I have with Inquisition and Dragon Age 2 is that they don't allow for too much flexibility in roleplay. Origins had the most flexibility in who you wanted your character to be, but I still personally feel it can be hard to justify a character acting a certain way in the context of the story. This didn't used to be a problem for me, because I always played the character as I felt most fit the story and basically always made the same choices. It's only become a problem recently now that I want to explore the world of Thedas with some fresh eyes. For example, you can play as a Carta Dwarf in Inquisition, but you can't really. You get a few dialogue options and some war table stuff, but I don't really feel like a Carta Dwarf, a career criminal, fits as the Inquisitor unless you are actively trying to leave that life behind. And I don't mean that like a Carta Dwarf can't be Inquisitor. I just mean that in the way the game is written, possibilities are limited. And that's just one example. And this isn't a complaint, really, because I love all the games. It's only become a problem recently when I had the desire to play through again with some different backgrounds and headcanons. But the games don't offer much in the way of allowing you to play out the unique character you want. Now Skyrim. I'm not a fan of the writing in the Elder Scrolls, but what Skyrim did offer was the ability to play as wildly different characters. I've played as a career thief with a heart of gold, a pure mercenary, a researcher of ancient ruins, and more. I feel like the main story of the Dragonborn actually kind of holds you back from playing a lot of the characters you might want to. For certain characters, I felt like you had to kind of act like the Dragonborn plot just wasn't there. It's the same kind of thing in Dragon Age, where I feel the main plot kind of makes it so you can't play as certain characters without a lot of headcanon. I hope I'm explaining this well. The reason I'm talking about all this is because it sounds like the next game is going to allow for a lot of role-playing flexibility. You have to save the world, but the whole point is being someone Solus won't see coming. And that's awesome. So I think that's all I have to say on the trailer. Oh right, there's a fleet of giant turtles. I think that pretty much speaks for itself. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to comment and like. I'll see you later.